Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bold Blind Beauty on Air's newest segment, Connected and Curious with Andy, the podcast where stories shine and understanding grows. I'm your host, Andy Chadwick, and together we're diving into the lives of incredible blind and visually impaired individuals who are changing the world in big and small ways. Here, we ask the questions, share the laughs, explore the challenges, and celebrate the triumphs without judgment, with curiosity and with heart. Whether you're sighted and you want to learn, or blind and you want to be understood, or educate. This is your safe space to listen, learn, laugh, cry sometimes, and connect, where curiosity is always welcome and no question is off the table. So, let's get connected, let's get curious, and let's jump into today's episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Connected and Curious with Andy. And today, I am really excited because I have the wonderful, talented, smart, gifted Cory Rainford from Legally
Hey,
Blind No Limits. Hey,
thank,
Cory.
what's up? Thank you so much. Dude, that was a really dope intro. I appreciate all the compliments. Gosh, you got me smiling over here.
I'm here for you, mate. Yep. Wait, did I say your last name right, though? Rainford?
You, yeah, that sounded perfect to me. It sounded good.
Okay. Well, I don't know about perfect, but we'll try. I would, at least I need to get the name right so people could find you. So,
Hey,
that's my mission in life. My mission
well,
is
you
to
are appreciated, my friend.
bring wonderful people to the community. So, I um, stumbled on Cory, I don't know, maybe a year ago? I don't know, Cory.
It got to be a year ago. I've only been doing it for like a year, which it
Oh my
feels like
gosh, so
longer.
what?
But
Oh, what?
yeah,
So I found you when you started? Oh, that's brilliant.
maybe at least a few months in. I would say at the most.
Oh, that's brilliant. And you have been consistent and building your community, and everybody, we're going to talk about him, but you've got to check out his stuff on YouTube. It's just brilliant. But
Thank
anyway,
you.
oh my gosh, you know it. I'm here for you. So let's know a little bit more about Cory. Where are
Cool.
you from, Cory?
So I'm originally from New York. Lived there most of my life. Really, the only time I ever thought about leaving home was when I was going to college. I was almost going to go to University of Miami, but then the reality of like being away from my family and knowing what my eyes were like at the time, not being able to see in the dark and really being nervous about the kind of situations I might find myself in states away. I was like, you know what? I think I'll stay closer to home. So,
Oh, and that was a good decision, right?
yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure. I
yeah.
I went to school in the city, so in New York City, so it definitely worked out. I definitely met a whole bunch of people that I still love to this day. And but yeah, I'm originally from New York, and currently I'm back and forth between New Jersey and the Dominican Republic. So life
Oh,
abroad has been beautiful. So
yeah.
um, yeah,
Good experience. That's awesome. And tell me about your family, your wife. Oh my gosh, we
yeah,
have to talk about your other stuff you're doing with your wife.
for sure, for sure. So me and my wife, we've been together pretty much since we were around like 16 years old. Since we were in high school, we did the double prom thing and everything. So that's definitely been my lady for a long time. We got two little kids. My son is 7, my daughter is 4. And I feel like our family dynamic is just trying to be like the best parents possible, man. My son is in baseball. We got to take him to tutoring. My daughter's in gymnastics, and
Oh,
we're super involved in school. And it makes me super happy to be able to attend everything. And I can't really help too much, but I help with everything I can. I like to make sure I'm there to cheer on the kids as much as I can, and
Yeah.
be there for them in that way. So
You're
yeah,
present. That's it. You
I
are a
try.
father that's present. That's awesome. No, that's
Yeah,
awesome. And
but
we're going to talk about um your podcast with your wife later, but we'll do that later.
oh,
'Cause I
all
want to
right,
get
whenever
more into it.
whenever you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to talk about that. So,
Cool.
let's start with what really started your No Limits journey.
Yeah. All
Your
right.
platform is Legally Blind No Limits. What started that?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
So Legally Blind No Limits was birthed from the the amount of things that I had no idea about that shocked me, that was out there to help me in my vision loss journey. So I was at a point where I just didn't know what to do with my eyes, my life, the struggles I was having because of my vision loss. I have a condition called choroideremia. And even though I was like running from it my entire life, it got to the point, especially after my daughter was born, where I just was stuck because I'm at a job that I couldn't I couldn't really do anymore. And
Wow.
I was just so lost in life. And I went to the eye doctor just to see, like, hey, oh, it was my retina specialist. And I was just reaching out to see if he had any new information regarding treatments, regarding help, to kind of just help me get through the day. And we do the whole visual field test and everything. And he was like so mad at me because I was avoiding seeing him for a long time, and I had no idea about all these resources and tools to help me with my eyes, because I didn't want the information. I didn't want to know what I was actually going through. In my head, I was like, all right, I'll figure it out. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But once I had that like waving the white flag moment, it brought on a huge like wow moment. First of all, as I'm learning about things, but in that learning and just like how hard that was, I realized like there's no way I'm the only person out here who doesn't know these things, that are going through similar things with their eyes. And um fortunately and unfortunately, right, like my one of my favorite people in the world, my cousin Blade, we have the same condition. Our moms are sisters, and our
Okay.
condition is, passed down from our moms. And the fact that I knew I didn't know these things, and I know for a fact that he didn't know about these things, I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, maybe it would be worth it to share a little bit about this, to just help people out there. If I could help somebody out there that is doing what I'm doing, and if I could help them avoid those same mistakes I was making, I thought it was worth it, even though I never really saw myself doing anything like this. So,
Yeah. You discover so many things about yourself, right?
oh my
So
God.
let me ask you, for those that don't know what the disease is and how that,
Yeah,
looks or what you can see, do you mind just explaining a little bit
for
what that
sure, for
is?
sure. So choroideremia is a lot like retinitis pigmentosa, if you know what that one is. But over time, well, I should probably say this. Like, the first sign that there was something wrong with me happened when I was like 6 years old. We were camping, and I couldn't see in the dark like all the other kids. So that moment, I still could feel that moment when I think about it. But that was the first time like we knew something was different with my eyes. And then as I got slightly older, I went blind in one of my eyes, my left eye. Um, I,
Okay.
the doctors were not sure if it was related to my condition or not, but essentially choroideremia, as time passes, it's you get tunnel vision. Well, you lose peripheral vision to tunnel
Okay.
vision, until blindness, complete blindness happens. So
Um,
I'm at about, at least my doctor was saying, less than 10 degrees of visual field.
wow.
But because I'm blind in one eye already, it's kind of like choppy a little bit for what
Yeah.
they could tell me definitely. But I don't know. I'm living. I'm trying to fight this thing as much as possible. I'm trying to appreciate life and the things I'm learning and the people I'm meeting as much as possible, and just being grateful because even though my eyes are, it's difficult a lot of times, but I'm just trying to be as grateful and as happy and appreciative for everything I do have. So
And
yeah,
it shows in everything that
ah,
you do.
I
That's
appreciate it.
awesome. Yeah, it shows you're helping the community. You're teaching people out there, because you know what, you're going to touch somebody. Somebody's going through the same thing as you, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
had mentioned about um,
hmm
hiding your disability.
hmm
What did that look like for you? So I know you
oh
went to
my gosh,
college. I know you
yeah,
went to
I went to,
college.
yeah,
How did that
man.
span out?
Well,
I'm laughing.
college is great. It's so funny, right? Because um, I've been dealing with, like, everything with my eyes from such a young age, from that moment of, oh, I can't see in the dark. Like, I don't know if I've ever been able to see in the dark, but I used to play basketball, for example, and every basketball team I've ever made, every basket I've ever scored, I definitely think like, dang, if I had two eyes, man, woo, I'd be killing it. So I've always thought about that. It's definitely always been a part of like my mindset. Just thinking about college as an example, it's so funny. Like I would have night classes. I would put myself in these situations that, I mean, granted, you have to take the classes you have to take, but I remember walking home from night classes because I used to live, I don't know, maybe like 10 blocks from campus was my apartment. And I'm walking in Harlem, right? This is this is New York City, and it's
Yeah.
dark. And yeah, you have city lights, you have car lights and stuff like that. But I remember so many times walking home from night classes, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna rely on everybody else's eyes outside of mine because they
Okay.
gonna see me, and I'm gonna walk, and I know with a stop, like I could see the like the pedestrian lights.
Yeah.
So I would use that as my guide to be like, okay, I know I could stay on the sidewalk if I'm here, but I'm gonna walk slow. I'm gonna take my time, but I'm gonna just rely on everybody else moving around me. And literally, I did that for years, and it's like,
Wow. In New York, that's
in
crazy.
New
That's
York,
even
in New
crazier
York,
to
and
know.
it's I think it speaks to one, it speaks to some level of insanity, but also I think confidence does a lot, and I think just having faith does a lot. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fine, and fortunately, I was. So
Look at that, Corey. That's really awesome. Oh my gosh.
I
And
appreciate
then
it.
and then how about work though? Because you were talking about
Yeah,
hiding, and I know you in one of your episodes you're going to be talking about that. But what about
yeah.
work? How did that pan out for you?
So, oh my gosh. So, speaking of my love of basketball, when I graduated college, I was hired by the NBA, the National Basketball Association. What? Yeah, right out of school. Yeah, I used to feel like I got drafted. So, I worked, for the league for a few years, and as much as it was such a dream come true to be in that world, right? Like I'm meeting basketball players of the present and the past. I'm hanging out with clients who are like the coolest people in the world,
Wow.
like and I'm doing all these things, but at the same time, it was terrifying, like a lot, because yeah, I'd be at games, and I got used to like Madison Square Garden and like Barclays Center where the Nets play, but at the same time, it was like it's dark. You know what I mean? So trying to navigate these spaces, and I used to try to figure out so many like I used to try to prep as much as possible when I knew I was going somewhere to just figure
Mhm.
out like, okay, I need to be in this spot to get to where I gotta go, or I have to see these signs or be in this position and count. I would count steps a lot and like count things just to try to adapt and to blend in because I didn't want anybody
Wow.
else around me to feel like something was off. And
Wow.
I'm sure like, a lot of that is like you kind of feel something's off, but
Yeah.
um, I definitely did a lot to like try to compensate for not being able to, see what was in front of me way more than I probably should have. So
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's. I don't want to say it's impressive because, but like you said, it's the faith. It's you have some
yeah,
confidence, right?
yeah,
Um, you talk about like asking for help as strength. What's
oh
been a
my gosh,
moment where asking for help turned into something unexpectedly powerful or even funny? Let's do
yeah.
funny.
Let's
Powerful
do
or funny?
funny. Oh man, I would okay. All right, I would say the most powerful moment. I definitely go back to, being at the doctor's and asking for help, and then it turning into essentially all this. Like my life has changed so much because of that doctor, the information he gave me that day, and what that has led to. Right, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if this is funny or just like cute, but I remember when before I got my first white cane, it was something that I was looking into, trying to learn about, and it was definitely a conversation me and my wife were having a lot. Like, dang, should I get one? Should I order one? What would it be like? And my son, being the cool kid he is, one day we were on a walk, and he's hearing me and his mom talk, and he goes to grab like the biggest stick he could find, and was like, "Daddy, why don't you try this?" And like he brought me like a big stick.
Oh.
I walked around, and like we took the twigs off it and stuff like that, and I was using it, and I was like, "Dang, maybe." If, I kind of fell in love with that stick a little bit because I'm like, "Dang, this is super helpful, like finding curbs and cracks and stairs and everything." So I kept it for a few days, and that was I don't think I'll ever forget that moment because
Oh,
that really was the sign. Was like, okay, maybe getting a white cane would be worth it for me.
yeah.
And
Your baby made it cool.
oh
Your
my God,
baby
yeah,
made
he
it
made it cool. I was
possible,
like,
right?
I couldn't turn it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't turn that down when he
Oh,
did that. So he just being cool. So
oh my gosh, that's so
yeah.
cute. So we're talking about the white cane and everything. I'm going to ask you this. So, what's something your community understands about independence that the rest of the world gets completely wrong? I think of independence in such a way, or the next person.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
You know what? I think and I think we all of us in the community probably fall victim to this where um you might hear about or look at a white cane, especially as a guy, and you look at it like such a symbol of weakness, like you're putting like a sticker on your back, of I need help or I am a target. But I think one thing that I've learned, and I think it's something that I try to tell everybody else about, is like, man, there's so much power in that. There's so much independence and freedom in that, and it should come with so much confidence because just me using it has changed how I feel about going out,
Yeah.
whether it's the daytime or the dark. Like I'm no longer terrified of steps or tripping on things, and it's giving me so much peace. And honestly, it's giving my family a lot of peace too because instead of me needing to hold on to them all the time, I could walk around and feel confident and feel safe. And definitely, the community we have, we definitely you know talk about that. We definitely live that, and I'm actually super excited because the cane experience, my cane experience has definitely evolved in the last few days, and I'll be having some videos coming out about that, and we definitely have some special things happening that are cane related that'll be
Ooh.
happening this year. So I'm excited about it, but it's confidence. It's not weakness. It's strength and it's freedom. And I think more people need to understand that. Like it's
Oh,
fine to have it. Yeah,
I love that. Thanks for saying that, Corey, because I know some of the things that I see out there on social media and podcasts that I've listened to. that's a common theme, right? When using the cane, I I can't understand it, but you
Yeah.
know, it's a sign of strength, and it helps you, right? It's guidance, it's power,
Yep.
so many
I don't
things,
even
right?
call it a cane. Like my cane, I call it my sword. Like that is my
I
samurai
like that.
sword. It has a nickname. Like I don't even like even just calling it a cane. I'm only calling it that because you called it that.
But tell me what you call it. I want the name.
That is, that is 100% my samurai sword. I call it Suzumushi. My brand new one is called Bankai Suzumushi. All my anime fans will know what that means, but
Yay!
yeah, we're gonna be doing super special video on my latest sword really soon. So I'm excited.
Oh my gosh! Well, let's talk about it. We're talking about it now. Let's talk about it. I want to hear more.
Yeah. So in collaboration with Ambutech, we are, or at least, dang, I don't know what I could really say right now, but the videos are going to be all about cane confidence, confidence in your sword, and speaking about anime, speaking about just sword life. Sorry. Yeah, like we're gonna have a pretty fun video on making your cane really yours and making it really part of your personality in addition to it keeping you safe, but it's all about feeling good. So I think that's what I could say right now. But shout out to
That's
Ambutech.
cool. Get ready, people. When is that
Yeah,
gonna?
we got,
Can you say when it's gonna come out?
I would say probably sometime in April, maybe early May. We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep watching out for it and everything,
I
because
appreciate it.
yeah, please, hello, your stuff is. And see, while we're talking about it, I said it was going to be a loose conversation, right? While we're
Yep,
talking
yep.
about it, let's talk about your everything anime, your concepts. How do you come up with your ideas
Cool. Let me
for
tell you,
your? It's cool.
I think
That's what it
I
is.
thank you, first of all. I think my biggest thing is just doing stuff that I think is cool, and I'll use my son as an extension of me because I definitely rely on his opinion. And
I
he's
love it.
7, but a
He's
lot of times I'm like, I think this will be a cool idea. And then as I start like coming up with the concepts and stuff, I definitely like to ask him his opinion to make sure I'm all good. But sorry about that.
That's okay.
But yeah, I grew up really liking anime. To some degree, just like having a sword, being a samurai. So, as I'm first holding, this big branch around and then actually getting like a metal cane. Like that's one thing too. Like these canes, I call it a sword, it's metal. Like these things are tough. So um it was just like a natural parallel for me, and I think it also just did something for my mental too. Like, yeah, man,
Oh,
I'm not a weak person. Like I'm a strong
nope.
person, and just having that energy and calling it a sword and feeling like a samurai, I think it just helped me, kind of overcome that nervousness and fear, and it's given me strength in a lot of ways. So that I just try to bring that out. Like being a Pokemon fan, being a fan of Bleach and Dragon Ball Z and video games, it's just I'm just trying to bring all those interests to, what I
Together. I
yeah.
love it. And it brings the community together, like all
I
aspects
think
of it,
so,
right? Yeah,
for
because
sure.
I mean, you were with the balls, right? Well, listen to me now. Now I can't remember. So I'm in my room, and I think I I have all that stuff for my kids. My kids used to watch Dragon Ball Z, so I have the ball, and then there was at one point they had like the gold tablet, the little, I don't know. They had giveaways, so we have it all. Like
That's
we have all
cool.
those collectibles. So I
Yep.
get it. And I love it. That's why I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
it's definitely an energy that comes with it, and I definitely think it's like, I don't know. I do feel like it's been a way that I've been able to relate to people, or people will connect with me. It's some of that, who have the same experience growing up, like in the same show, or the same music, or the same style of things, or just like
Yeah.
the love of samurais or whatever. It's definitely been a connector that I didn't anticipate, because I was just like, man, I'm gonna just do me. But I'm so grateful that people have caught on to it and appreciated it, and connected with me because of that. Because you know I think, especially for guys, I think it's so hard to ask for help. Like, we have such huge egos and everything.
Yeah.
I think to be able to connect on something as silly as a video game, and it somehow leads to, I don't know, just making better decisions as it relates to your vision loss,
Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
really cool.
I see you have a few collaborations. Is there
Mhm.
somebody that you would love to collaborate with? Just, just a question.
Yeah, for sure. There's probably too many people. I'm s- I guess I should start with like the people that I have collaborated with. Like, I'm super grateful for Sam from The Blind Life, Rob Sayers, Sylvia over there in London, who's been great people. But I would really love to work with like Anthony Ferrero, um,
Oh yeah.
AFF Vision. Like, his personality is like super fun. I definitely would love to collaborate with him. The blind surfer Pete Gustin, like, he's a huge guy for me, because he's so funny, he's so creative, and just, I like just hearing
Yeah.
him talk, because he's so intelligent. But yeah, like, even like Molly Burke, even Carrie on accessibility. Woo, shout out to Steph for that, for connecting us. But there's a lot of people that I would love to work with in some capacity. And what I love about just the content creation space is everybody has their own style, everybody has their own personality, and
Yeah.
just being able to appreciate everybody, and like, what they're doing. I just think I think it's beautiful. It's art in a lot of ways, and
It
I really like
truly. Yeah. Everybody has something to bring to the table, right?
that too.
Everybody's
Yeah,
unique in their own way,
yeah.
right? Everybody, like, I'm gonna ask you this: if your life had a theme song right now, uh,
If my
like,
wife had, if my life had a theme song,
yeah, if your life had a theme song right now, not the obvious one, No Limits, but the one that truly fits your journey, what would it be and why? What's the type
that
of
is
music you like?
oh my gosh. So I'm a big fan of, I feel like I'm most recently, I listen to a lot of reggae. I listen to a lot of like house jazz, hip hop, of course, like R&B,
Nice,
of course.
nice.
But if I was gonna, let me think. Well, first of all, I gotta shout out Jeff Philosopher, the rapper, because he actually made me a little theme song recently, which is so fire. I definitely got to introduce you guys to him. But that right there has been amazing. But man, a song that would,
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think of a song that would, I'm gonna go with a classic. I'm gonna go with Fly Like an Eagle by Seal, the Seal version.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because we got to keep flying out here. There's no time to land and stop. Nah, we gonna keep going.
Love it.
I'm gonna just go with that, because that's a classic.
That is a classic, and that's a nice one. Nice
That's
one,
my
mate. I
song right
told you,
there.
nice one.
Hey, I
Nice.
appreciate that.
I love that. I love that. So,
Shout out to Space Jam. I think that's what made me love that song.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, that's a nice one. So you love music, you love the arts, you love anime, you love
Yeah.
video games, you love samurai, and um, I was going to say kung fu fighting, but it's not kung fu fighting, is it?
I
Oh no,
mean, it's definitely related. Definitely related. But Nah, I haven't like even like I haven't done anything fight related in a while, at least in terms of like watching or anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
outside of like, what my son is watching or games that he's playing or whatever. Like even video games, like truthfully, I could barely keep up with him. What he wants to play things like his Mario Kart or Super Smash Brothers or whatever he's playing. I need like at this point in my life, like I need slower things, like slower video games. I need
You
not
had
so much
mentioned,
movement.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you had said something in your video with your wife. Shout out to your wife.
I'll let her
Yeah,
know she
I have to.
downstairs
Yeah, shout out to your wife. I have to speak to her soon.
for
You
sure.
you guys have been married over 20 years, right?
Oh, we got married. We got married in 2015. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yep.
And you said it makes you feel old. when you, yeah, I saw that podcast, and I'm like, well, if that makes you feel old, you're 20 years. I think I'm 30 years, and 30
Oh
years
my
married,
gosh.
so I feel even older. But you
Yeah,
know,
we.
but
Oh,
it's
wait, you've been married for 30 years?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
You know, we just hit our 10-year last year, but um, it's definitely fun. We've definitely seen a lot of versions of each other.
yeah. You
you
grow
know,
up together. Yeah,
yeah, in a lot of ways. Like, like being 16 with her, and then like when we turned 32, we were like, dang, we've been together half our lives
I
right now.
know.
Like, goodness, like, yeah,
That's
like,
a true
gee.
statement. Yep.
Yeah, it's like that's where that oldness came from. So I'm like, dang, man, like, yo, but nah, I'm super grateful
And what did
because
your wife said? Hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's a
yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
thing.
let me tell you, she is without a doubt one of the most caring people. I can't even say one of the most. She's definitely the most caring people like I've ever encountered, and like I think that was a big part of what kind of like drew me to her in the first place. But especially after all these years, like of course we've seen different versions of each other, but that's one thing that has like never like faltered at all. Like she is just super giving, super loving. I honestly could say like she like even with me going from that 16-year-old kid playing football, to where I am now, where
Yeah,
my son helps me navigate sometimes.
yeah,
There has been absolutely no drop off in like anything in terms of our relationship and how we like the respect or anything like that. Like she is completely like just dope for that. So I give her a lot
yeah.
of credit.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do it one of these
hey,
days.
that's relationships, mate. That's what life is all about. You
No,
grow
it's
when you're teenagers, and you just
hmm
grow together, right?
yeah, it's a fact.
I So what's a blind life hack? Because you talk about hacks a lot in your
Oh man,
uh-huh. What's a blind life hack you use that sighted people would actually benefit from, but they don't even realize it yet?
I mean, first of all, I would. I'm not trying to give away these hacks because I got opponents that'll destroy me.
Okay,
Nah,
that's funny.
I'll just play. I'll just play. Now, there's a few. I like in the last one I was talking about. Like, well, if somebody has not seen it, I do what I call Poke Hack battles, which are blind life hack battles on my YouTube channel. So what it is essentially me and a guest. We have three blind life hacks that we bring to the battle. They get scored, and depending on the score, like you win that round, and then you could win the battle. So we've done three. I have number four coming out hopefully in a few weeks, definitely in the month of April. But if I was going to share a blind life hack that somebody could benefit from, because me, I knock I've definitely knocked over a ton of glasses and things on tables because I talk with my hands a lot. And one thing that I started to do was leave like a finger or like my hand on my glass at all times, because that way I know where it is. I know which drink is mine, first of all, because that's very important.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to drink something from somebody else, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
also, I know, it helps me not spill it. So even though I'm still in the Hall of Fame of most spilled drinks ever, like I've cut down my numbers a lot. So that's number one. Two, and I'll take this from my guy Sam from the Blind Life, but one thing that he does is he calls Siri. Like, say he can't find his phone,
Yeah.
he showed me how he could just call for Siri, and Siri's like, "I'm here." So
Oh
to
my
find your
gosh.
phone when you can't find it, that is a super helpful
Oh,
hack.
Siri. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
Oh, you're
I'll
so
go with those two for now.
Oh, I love it. So, what's a moment where someone in your community surprised themselves and you got to witness that shift in real time?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Oh my gosh! Shout out to my homegirl, my sis Kia. First of all, because I know she'll definitely check out this interview. But she is somebody who I forget if she found me on YouTube or Instagram, but she had experienced like a very recent vision loss, and she reached out right away, and just wanted to get information, and seeing her go from like completely lost to getting a white cane, seeing her retina specialist. She just got a digital magnifier today. Um,
Oh,
just seeing her elevate and adapt like a beast, like a warrior. She's definitely somebody that I'm super proud of. But like when I think about building community and wanting to help people and just seeing her do what she's doing, it makes me super grateful to be even doing anything like this, speaking up and sharing thoughts and stories. Like, she's definitely the model person of like, oh, man, I'm just super grateful to know her and to be able to talk to her and guide her in any way. And that's what I'll say for that.
oh,
Yeah.
see, look at the lives that you're touching, Corey. You know,
Let
look
me
at
tell you something.
you.
As much as I might be able to help other people, like just talking to others, it helps me just as much, if not more, because it keeps me going. It makes me know that what I'm doing is like real, and I'm just super grateful for just people clicking that video and spending some time with me and all that. So it helps me as much as anybody.
Oh, see, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just
Amen.
to have these conversations and talk about your experiences, because that was one of the this is why I'm in this journey, right? Because I was trying to find out information from my mum, and then I got connected with Steph, and then everything just evolved out of that. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. I appreciate everything your wife is doing. Because you're
Thank you.
bringing to the front, and you're you, you're just being you, and I love it. I love
I
it.
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate that. I think one of my biggest hangups before I started making videos was trying to like listen to other people and see how they were doing it. It wasn't until I said, I'm gonna just be me, and hopefully that's okay.
Mate, of course it's okay. It's absolutely okay. Because I know I didn't want to be on this. Well,
You know the
yeah,
vibe.
when
Yeah,
they said this was going to be on camera, I was like, no, I really don't want to do that. But you know what? It's all. Hey, this is me, and I'm here to
that's what
have
it
those
is.
conversations. People are
Mm-hmm.
curious. People want to know, but sometimes people are afraid to ask those
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. I
So
was
if
that.
I can be a channel of the conversations and get things started, that's what I'm here for. That's how I see
Fact.
it. You know what I
That's
mean?
so true. Yeah,
And I
that's the
think the
best way.
older I get, the more I realize it's not about being perfect. It's just
Yep.
being about being present, and just, being
Be
there for
who
everybody.
you are. Yeah.
Who
Who
you
you
are.
are is everything.
Absolutely everything, mate. So I want to know, what do you have coming up? What's new? You mentioned
Cool.
about um you have a lot of things happening, right? So we have the new
Yeah.
episode coming up soon in
Yes.
April.
So our next video will be a conversation with my wife and I. We're going to be talking about having a disability and applying for jobs, looking for work, maintaining a career. She has over 10 years of human resources experience, and as somebody who was hiding my blindness, my vision loss for 10 years, we kind of get to ask each other questions and get to the bottom of that experience. I definitely have another poker hack battle coming out. Shout out to my guy Indra from Blind V World, his channel. We're gonna be doing a really fun Minecraft style battle. We have some giveaways coming up. We're gonna be giving away cane tips. We're gonna be giving away custom canes. So we got a lot of going on. And I'm super excited about the year, the content coming out. There's gonna be more conversations, more driving stories from the community.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. We got a lot of things that I'm excited to talk about, excited to get out there, and it's been fun.
So if everybody wants to get in contact with you, how
Mm-hmm.
do they reach out? Instagram,
For sure.
website?
You can find me, first of all, on YouTube, Legally Blind No Limits. Drop me a comment, but definitely Instagram, TikTok, my email. I'll definitely send that over. Oh, you have it, right, Andy? So I
Yeah, I'll
definitely
put it
share
in
my
the
email.
notes. Yeah.
Anybody who wants it definitely could hit me up there. Yeah, I'm all around at Legally Blind No Limits, and hit me up, man. I want to keep building and talking to people, connecting to people all day. So let's do it.
Let's build, babe. Let's build. Let
No.
me ask you. So, before you go, what do you want everybody to know about you that you haven't mentioned? What's the
Ooh.
last thing that you want to leave for everybody to ponder and think about?
Um, I think that it's super easy to feel confined and limited in your life, especially if you're living with vision loss, if you're living with blindness. But like, I've learned to question everything and throw all that out the window, from moving abroad to turning my cane to a sword to figuring out apps and tech to make my life way easier, to even do the simple things. What color is this shirt?
Yeah.
Does my shirt match my Jordans? You know what I mean? AI helps me with
Yeah.
a lot of that. So, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of things out there to help you feel more comfortable and happier, especially if you're open to it. If you're open to asking for help, if you're open to really improving your life and not feeling confined and limited. And that's why, I like the name Legally Blind No Limits, because it doesn't matter what things are confining you in your mind. I promise you there's another way. There's a way to get what you want done. There's a way for you to be happy and to feel free. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I think that's the most important thing that I could probably share.
Oh, drop the mic. That was it. Drop. Bravo. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Bold Blind Beauty on the Air's Connected and Curious with Andy. I hope today's conversation left you inspired, educated, and a little more connected than before. Remember, curiosity brings us closer, and every story shines a light. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and keep shining.